So do you have a story for us, JB?
Oh
He
my god.
he says knowing exactly what the answer is.
I mean, it's a gay sex movie. I mean, it's not a gay sex movie. It's like, it's like I've got dozens of stories. What would you like to hear? Let's talk about.
Come round, children, and listen to Juan's fucktails.
Oh god, it's like how many hours of my life have I spent cruising? And obviously, like it's like in modern times, cruising is very different than it was in the 80s.
I can only imagine what with like just the advent of like, cell phones.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's fascinating to me that like obviously like back in the day it was like you would stand around and just kind of like look at each other and like wait, and it was just like a lot of like pacing and waiting and walking, and it's like nowadays we do the same exact fucking thing on our phones. It's like we just sit there and like we message some people or like we wink at them or like hit it not like woof or tap or whatever the fuck it is, and it's like it depends on the app.
it sounds like you're playing poker and chess at the same time, but what you're betting with is your penis.
Yes, Derek, that is a very apt way of putting it.
Don't fuck with me. That sucked. That was terrible. That was a bad metaphor.
I loved it though. But like I don't know, it always fascinates me, and like you can waste hours on this. Like if one hookup doesn't end up happening, it's like surprise.
There's like a bazillion others.
Yeah, let's try to go on a different one. And it's really interesting how gay culture has shifted over the years. I mean, obviously there's still also like actual cruising, like you can go to a gay bar and like just chill and like wait for like someone to hit you up. I don't do that because I am one, lazy, and two, I don't like gay clubs and bars for the most part. I'm more of like, it's like I always hate going into like the distinction between gay and queer and how those two things are not necessarily overlapping. But also I'm just, it's like
One's more of an umbrella term.
yeah, I mean no, it's just like they're two different scenes even. One's like more of a counterculture thing, one's more like a bunch of white twinks at a like at a place dancing to like I don't know, fucking Lady Gaga remix number 10.
Yeah, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to be able to help you with cultural references on this one, bud.
Not that like either one of those things is bad or good. It's just not my thing. So yeah, I like how I didn't even actually give like a sex story. I just gave an overview of queer culture before we dive into the past.
Yeah, is it safe to call them the bad old days?
I don't know. I feel like it's like this is pre-AIDS. This was not the bad old days. This was like the pretty interesting old days.
The ignorance is bliss old days.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty shitty.
Lord.
It's still pretty good. But like, we'll get into that in a hot minute.
So welcome to episode 37 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. Did you appreciate the little joke at the beginning of the show there, Juan?
So much.
Oh man, my name is Derek Gane, the purveyor of the finest jokes and japes to this side of the Mississippi River. And joining me on our little adventure today is my good friend and collaborator, Juan Barkeen. Say hi, Juan.
Hey, me.
Such dejection. Such sadness.
I know. Who am I? Who is this person that looks into the mirror every day?
I don't know. Do you then look at the camera?
Do
like
I?
Right into the camera?
Oh my god, I do. Just like Al Pacino in Cruising.
So we just spoiled Cruising for you. Sorry. I mean, you're not listening to this show if you don't... Anyway. The movie we're talking about today is Cruising, the 1980 film by William Friedkin starring Al Pacino. And... this is going to be a Juan-heavy episode, I feel.
Probably because I'm gay.
Yes, that's right. Juan is a gay man.
Mostly gay.
In case the previous 36 episodes didn't kind of... there's plenty of hints. Mostly the fuck stories.
Yeah, all of the things. But anyway, so Derek, I'm going to let you kick off this episode and tell us, what is Cruising about?
Well, it says it right on the tin. Doesn't it?
Does it, Derek? I feel like there's more to it than just cruising, isn't there?
There is. This is a nice example of what I like to call the long 70s, because this is basically like a 70s police procedural film set, but the gimmick is that it's set in the leather bar scene of New York City. So it's basically a William Friedkin film, but it's also kind of a slasher film at the same time, because there's a serial killer targeting gay men in the West Village. And Al Pacino is a hotshot young detective who goes undercover into the leather bar scene to try to find him. And there's copious amounts of, I guess it's fair to call it homoeroticism. Except it's not like coded homoeroticism. It's just literally dudes making out and having sex. And Al Pacino infiltrates the scene, but it changes him, man.
Does it? Does it change him?
How it changes him is not explicitly said. It's barely hinted at.
Oh, we could definitely get into that in a hot minute.
But that's like the core, that's like the gist of it. It's basically a police procedural set in the West Village.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this movie, JP? I should say that this movie, when it came out, was protested by gay rights groups and given short thrift by audiences and critics. And time has been kind to it.
Time has been very kind to it. People fucking love this movie nowadays.
And I gotta say, it's pretty good. I thought this movie was going to be mad homophobic.
No, this movie's actually, like, I will stand by this to, like, my death. I think this movie is very good outside of a couple minor things. But, like, I don't, it's like, I hate saying, like, I don't think this movie could have ever been bad, because I think William Friedkin was pretty much, like, he set his mind to capturing what these, like, S&M and leather bars were like. It's like, this is what it was. If you look at any of the porn films from, like, the 1970s that featured all of these gay men, if you look at, I'll, like, shout out to Evan Purcell, who goes by Schlock Value on Twitter. That's a good name. Yeah. I love following him because he posts so many.
Oh, he's the guy who wrote, what movie did he write?
He wrote about Doom Generation.
He wrote about Doom Generation.
Yeah, which, like, if I ever do cruising, it's like, I know I'm tapping him for that. But he wrote, he constantly posts these under the Instagram Ask Anybody, like Buddy, and it's like all of these old advertisements for, like, porn theaters and, like, gay bars and, like, queer films and all. Like, it's so fascinating to look at, like to get looks into what the 1970s gay culture was. And I think this movie is very much a time capsule, even though it is made by a straight man who is going into this scene. I mean, there's one of the big things about this movie is there's 40 minutes worth of just straight up gay pornography that was excised and is, like, missing.
That was shot and lost to time, basically.
Yeah.
Because William Friedkin doesn't do shit by halves.
No, not at all. And it's like, that's, like, can you imagine this movie with 40 minutes of just gay porn? Because, like, I can.
Okay, so first of all, this movie's already, like, an hour 50.
It's an hour 40.
Okay, it's an hour 40. So that would make it a 2 hour and 20 minute, like, sort of gay sex opus.
But I think that, yes, it would. And I think that would have made it even more interesting, because I think some of the best shots in this movie are just of, like, people watching people.
I mean, that's like 90% of the movie.
Yeah, and cameras gliding through bodies and sweat and just, like it, you can smell it, you can feel it. And I think that's something that, like, William Friedkin always has done excellently.
And there's always a kind of textural quality to his movies. This is, like, all of his movies. And grit is usually, like, the stock texture.
Yeah. It's grimy.
It's very grimy. It's very it's sleazy. It's very sleazy.
Yeah. And we've talked about this, like, before with other movies. I think, like, you and we've had, like, discussions about Killer Joe, where it's like I think you were the one who said, like, every minute watching that screen was just, like, you felt, like, I don't know, like, greasy and, like, wrong.
Yeah, no, you felt like you could reach out, touch the screen, and you would run your fingers along it, and there'd be, like, a layer of film on your fingers afterwards.
Yeah, and, like, I think all of his movies do that. I think Cruising does that really well. I think you, while watching Cruising, you are 100% in this like interior leather bar to steal James Franco's title of the movie that he made that was recreating the fucking 40 minutes of porn, which isn't very good.
Well, I read the Wikipedia article on it, and it's not even a recreation of the 40 minutes. It's a movie about the recreation of the 40 minutes.
That's literally what it is. Yes, it's not.
And there's
good.
there's a minute of it in the middle of it.
I kind of hate it.
It's like, anyway, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, he won an Ally Award at the Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival when it was titled that ages ago. For that movie, and I'm never gonna get over that. It's like, fuck that movie, fuck James Franco.
And no one ever gets it 100%.
No.
I will say that this movie manages to feel it's isolated without feeling claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of a matter of like this movie plays heavily with light and shadow.
Oh god, it does though.
It makes a huge deal of we are out in the daytime. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful scene out here in New York City. But the nighttime, everything has like a sheen to it, and everything is not even black, but it's like midnight blue, and you know the leather and the frames, everything has like sort of a reflective surface to it. This movie looks really fucking good. Yeah,
well, it's like William Friedkin's just so good at like, I want to call it like filmmaking in the shadows. But like that's what he does. Like that's like nights are beautiful. They're not. I mean, they're a little terrifying, but they're also just gorgeous. Like you can see the appeal of Cruising because he made it. Another filmmaker wouldn't like, and I don't say like Cruising the movie. I mean like Cruising like the activity. Yeah, and it's like not everybody knows how to make a good movie out of like, because like movies about sitting around and waiting can be kind of boring, but like this does it really well. I would say the French film Stranger by the Lake is a really good example of just like the appeal and the terror of Cruising. I mean like it's like a guy going around killing gay people isn't like a fresh tale. It's
that doesn't sound like a fun time at the movies.
Yeah, it's miserable, but like this movie's, I don't know, like, a lot of people call this movie homophobic. I don't think it is. I don't, like, you said you thought it was going to be a lot more gay panicky.
Yeah, well, it's 1980. This is an American film. I kind of had my suspicions, or I had my doubts, and, like, I'm not in a position to say whether or not Friedkin, Pacino, and everyone involved gave the scene a fair shake. Because that's not my universe.
Yeah.
Does it?
I think it does. I would argue it does. Like, this is one, it's like pre-AIDS, so this was definitely, like, it's a very accurate, in my opinion, not just in the way that they show, like, the bars in the scene, but, like, also just the way that the police and the queer community have always had, and probably will always had. It's like, I mean, I'll cite Evans, one of Evans' Letterboxd reviews by saying, by reading, hold on. What I find really fascinating about Cruising is just how accurately it portrays the sort of relationship and struggle that the police and the LGBT community were locked in at the time, and even still now. The way that the police's interest in the case is less about actually caring for or protecting a vulnerable class, but is instead motivated by pure cold politics.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, and I know we've obviously, I mean, I guess I'll open this up for you to be able to talk about more, because I don't want to just talk about the gay things, but like, I think it's interesting that like, we've discussed a lot of movies about like cops and cop adjacent folks, and it's like, all of these movies come with political baggage, but I think the grand theme is like cops are too busy being self-serving to notice like what's really going on.
I would tend to agree. Like all the really great cop movies, all the great crime movies that focus on like police officers, a lot of those movies, just the police are pricks. They're not heroes. They're not to be emulated. Just in Friedkin's filmography, you've got William Peterson in To Live and Die in L.A. is a fuck up. You've got Popeye Doyle in French Connection, who's a real fucking asshole, real piece of shit. They're compelling characters. They're not aspirational in the slightest. These movies work because cops are shitty people doing ultimately what is shitty work.
Yeah.
Cruising has this additional angle where it's like, we're not fond of this community, but we need to pump you for information, so we have this uneasy tango that we're doing with you.
Yeah.
And we understand that this killer is targeting members of your community, but we don't give a shit that much about that. We give more of a shit about the fact that we're going to look bad if this keeps going on.
Yeah, and it's like they don't even care about like the 2 sex workers who are like getting harassed by the cops and like forced to give them blowjobs. It's like, who gives a fuck about them? Like, we're just going to look away because, well, they're part of the force.
And one of them comes back in the movie being pumped for information again because, I mean, those roles are pretty much set in stone.
Yep.
I mean, this is the system we're operating in, and you can't break out of it.
Yeah, and I think one of my favorite lines is one of the gay characters says, cops, if they get their hands on him, they'll make him a member of the Vice Squad. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what they would do with the murderer. Like,
yeah, we're having this run of movies where cops are both the good guy and the bad guy.
Yeah.
So we've got this, Observe and Report, Maniac Cop.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice trilogy there.
That's a weird trilogy.
Right?
That's a weird triple bill to program. I
know, but it's so fascinating to me that like we've like incidentally picked all 3 of these movies. And I think like a recent show, I love how I keep going back to television. I love TV. There's a mini series rather, because it is only 9 episodes. They're all very contained. Is American Crime Story, specifically the new one, The Assassination of Gianni Versace. Which is written by like a queer crime writer, and he, like, one of the things that the show nails, which I think this movie, even though it's made by a straight man, nails, is just like how poor police officers are at engaging with queer people. It's like the sheer terror of even stepping into a gay bar. Outside of like Pacino's character, it's like none of them are going to do that, because it's like, why would we speak to them like they're human when they're not? There's
the great scene when there's like barely a word said in this scene. It's precinct night at the all these
so good.
All these clubs have great names, by the way. One of them's called the Cockpit. One of them's called the Ramrod.
Yep, Wolf's Den.
And I forget what's the Wolf's Den.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm less crazy about Wolf's Den, but Ramrod and Cockpit are both very funny.
Ramrod's a good fucking. I mean, we have a lot of interesting bar names.
But anyway, so it's precinct night at one of these clubs, and everyone is like dressed as a cop. Like everyone has like on like stripper cop wear or whatever.
Yep.
And in comes Pacino, just dressed normally, and he gets fucking kicked out. Exactly.
He gets kicked out for not being a cop, even though he is the only cop. It's beautiful.
That's a great little metonymy in this movie.
Yeah. And it's also, it's something interesting because, like, these nights actually absolutely do exist. And it is fascinating to me, like, how we fetishize these people in positions of power. I mean, that's, like, kind of what, like, Tom of Finland did so much of with his art, and, like, a bunch of other artists and sex nights and whatnots.
Do y'all have, like, frumpy sex nights, like, come dress as a librarian?
Oh my god, if only. That's my dream. I would literally go out to every bar if there was, like, come dressed as a sexy librarian night.
No, not even a sexy librarian. Just bust out, like, a turtleneck and a jacket.
I mean, that could be sexy.
Get your shittiest, like, pleated pants and penny loafers.
I think gay people need to have, like, a Nancy Meyers night where, like, we all just show up at, like, somebody's really great kitchen and, like, have a party there in, like, white turtlenecks.
Although I just said that out loud and I realized now that's just a gay bar full of people who look like Tim Heidecker.
I mean, you say that like that's not literally my fetish.
I'm just saying shit off the dome. How they reflect off you, well, that's you.
I mean, true. Fair. It's like, I think you've just been around me long enough where you understand.
I think that rather than fetishizing the people who oppress you, maybe you should fetishize rad people like librarians or teachers.
I love it. It's the way to do it. So,
or I guess doctors is the thing, right? I mean,
Sexy doctor. I could get
sexy
into that.
Sexy nurses are definitely a thing.
Definitely. I think we need to switch. Well, no, I think we should have sexy nurses, but like sexy male nurses now. Sign me up. This is so stupid, but I love this. So back to the movie.
Back to cruising.
I love one of the things. I mean, like, it's like I love a lot of things about this movie, actually. But one of the things I really love is the soundtrack for this movie.
The soundtrack's really good. They got my man John Hyatt on it.
Yeah, and like so much of the sound is just like this, like assault on the senses. It's like whistles, talking, music, all like kind of overflowing to where nothing really sounds like it's supposed to sound. And there's this one really good cut that goes from like him in bed, because Pacino's character is obviously like any movie with like a detective who's like in the zone is starting to sort of like internalize these features and deal with like the pressures of life. And
is this a part? Are you talking about the part where he fucks Karen Allen hard?
Yeah. And then it like there's that scene. There's obviously a lot of scenes where like Pacino's really good in this.
This is like prime Pacino. I mean, he's like right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, obviously the movie has this overarching theme of like a straight man losing himself to the gay community, but like there's a scene where he's like, not the first time he's fucking Karen Allen, but the second time, and it goes from like he's laying in bed staring up at the ceiling and she's like kissing him, and you can hear her kissing him, but she's starting to like, her sound starts going down, and like the noise of the club, the noise of all of these other things starts overwhelming him, and then it just cuts to like,
oh, I didn't catch that because the speakers on my TV suck.
Oh no, it's that happens, and then it cuts over to like the sound of the city in daytime, which sounds just like the club except without like the whistles. And it's like just this exterior shot of like him trying to go about like a normal day, and I'm like, oh fuck me, that's so good. Like William Friedkin's so good at what he does.
I just want to take 2 seconds to basically spool out an appreciation of the work of Karen Allen. Mm-hmm. She doesn't really get a whole lot to do in this movie.
No, she doesn't.
But there is this run of movies in the early 80s where she is on fucking fire. Mm-hmm. Because right after Cruising, she has Raiders and Starman.
Oh, so good.
Like within a few years of each other. She doesn't work that much anymore. Like, this is one of these instances where... Like, let me just read a little bit from the Karen Allen Wikipedia page. She doesn't really act anymore.
Hit it.
Okay, so her son became a chef and won an episode of Chopped for the Food Network in 2016. She developed this is a direct quote from the Wikipedia page. She developed an affinity for knitting, and in 2003 started her own textile company, Karen Allen Fiber Arts.
That's amazing.
In Great Barrington, Massachusetts. The company sells items Allen knits with a Japanese-made knitting machine. For her work in the textile arts, she was awarded an honorary master's degree from the Fashion Institute of Technology in 2009. She also teaches acting at Bard College, and she lives in Massachusetts, where she also teaches yoga.
So wait, what you're telling me is that Karen Allen is literally the coolest person in the world?
So shout out to Karen Allen for living her best life, not really needing the movies.
I'm literally so jealous of her life.
Like she still goes like to conventions and shit on account of being in the Indiana Jones movies. But
of course, but
no, she's out here.
Cool.
She's out here knitting toques and teaching yoga in New England. So shout out to Karen Allen.
I adore her. I will say one of my favorite shots in this movie is like her putting on his old disguise at the end of the movie is so good.
I'd like to talk about that 2 seconds, not for like the shot of Pacino in the mirror afterwards, but it's like, I think it's meant to be that we think that that's the same shit that the killer had, right?
What, like him?
No, that the jacket and the hat and the glasses were There's like 100 dudes with the same getup in this movie, and it could be any one of them. Absolutely. If it's not the one that they caught.
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of goes to that point of like, a killer can disguise himself as any member of a community. And I think like obviously Pacino, those objects are representative of the community, and Pacino as a straight man started putting that disguise on. And I think the movie is trying to make a game of like, how hard is it to take off the disguise once you've put it on? Which I think is an interesting theme, especially going into like the concept of internalized homophobia. It's like, had he started kind of becoming part of the gay community because, you know, like maybe it is starting to seem kind of appealing, like this whole rigmarole of this. But
do you think that it's a sexuality thing necessarily? Do you think it's like a PTSD thing?
I think it could be both. I don't think the movie cares. I think that's the ambiguity that I like about the movie. The ambiguity of the movie that I hate is that they decide we're going to have Pacino, presumably, kill a gay man.
Do you think he did? I know it doesn't matter, but
I think the movie posits that he is the one who killed his like gay neighbor.
I think the movie only posits that maybe he did, but I think that's the movie being coy. Like we were talking off mic that the scene where we come upon Ted's murder, more or less unnecessary. If I were editing this, I'd probably cut that out. Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't really serve anything other than to amplify an ambiguity that they were already going to get.
Yeah,
you dig?
Exactly. Well, it's like that's the part of the movie I take issue with, because that's the part where it's like him trying to cover up any idea that he was gay is like fueling his own, like that's why the other gay man killed people, and now he's doing the same exact thing. It's right. Like, that's stupid. Like I don't want to, like, it's very much a horror movie trope. And I don't think it fits here, because I think this is more than a horror movie. This
movie's kind of shot at times like a horror film. Like
it is.
Like the second murder in like the booth with the movies. The booth
so
with like
good.
The porn films. That's kind of a De Palma-esque moment.
Yeah.
Where you've got like the knife in like the shadow of the knife, and you know the knife is the phallic symbol being thrust into the dude. And the knife only being like 2 inches long.
I mean, even the same thing with the guy who gets tied up. It's like the way he positions the knife right over his back and then plunges in. I mean, it's like it's all very, very much made like a horror movie.
Yes.
It's just an artsier horror movie. And I think the movie has more aspirations of being like, it is basically an erotic thriller, just of a different kind. And I think we can probably dive into like the idea of any erotic thriller with gay people becomes maligned by the gay community because they don't want to be seen as villains.
I never even considered this to be an erotic thriller.
But isn't
because, I mean, it kind of is. I can see where you're coming from, but I guess it's just my own kind of bias where it's like erotic thrillers are generally like heterocentric.
Yeah.
Like, all the movies starring, you know, erotic thriller hero Michael Douglas are like man and woman. Mm-hmm. But you're right. I mean, this operates pretty much in the same way. The only difference is that the fact that this is someone undercover cruising for gay sex kind of leaves that one key aspect of the erotic thriller out, which is like sort of the pursuit of sex in danger. Even though he's still doing it, he's not doing it in the same way.
No, he's not. You're right. No, it's partially an erotic thriller / slasher, partially a detective story, and the way they overlap is what I think is so fascinating about the movie.
I almost want to say that it's a erotic in quotation marks thriller in quotation marks, but not an erotic thriller in quotation marks.
Yeah,
you understand?
That's fair.
It's like 75% of the way there, but the fact that Al Pacino, for plot reasons and for character reasons, is kind of robbed of agency. Because like the whole point of an erotic thriller is like, this is sexy but also dangerous. It's like we don't know if he finds it sexy or not, even though that it's explicitly dangerous because he's trying to find a guy who's killing other guys, right?
I mean, I think I would argue he does find it sexy, just because I think an average straight man who had become embedded in this situation would not have had the kind of like internalized trauma that he seemed to have had throughout the movie and by the end of the movie. Just like, you know, the scene with like Karen Allen, him having sex and him like kind of almost disassociating. I think like that he may potentially be interested in men. He's just not okay with that concept. And I think, again, my biggest issue with this movie is the fact that like he fucking kills the other gay guy. It's like I don't think that's a good scene. I think that's a bad scene that takes away from this or that
I'm not even sure that he kills.
Or yes, we're not sure that he kills him, but it makes.
Yeah, we're not sure that he kills him, but that dude still dies.
Yeah, he doesn't need to die. It's like that doesn't need to be there. But I mean, I think like just the way the camera moves through places, I think it is really like, I think it's a dude looking at dudes in a way that isn't I don't think it's just professional.
It does seem kind of combative in a way, though.
Yes, I think he's torn apart.
That dude, like Pacino's not looking at everyone else the same way everyone else is looking at everybody else.
Yes.
And in the climactic scene where it's him and Stewart in like a lot, and this is just before Stewart attacks Pacino. They're facing off. They're like sizing up what they want, and it looks like they're about to it looks like they're in a duel. It looks like they're reaching for their 6-gun, and that's basically what it is too. They're basically playing a game of chicken.
Yeah.
Because we know that he's on the lookout for a killer, and that the other dude's wielding a knife. So it's basically a game of chicken. I think there is a combativeness that may be what you're saying. It could very well be him and his internalized, like his desires and internalized homophobia coming to a head. I think that it's a guy who is afraid of being found out.
I think he's afraid of both those things.
I think he's afraid of getting his cover blown. Just look at the way he moves in the scene with Powers Booth with the hankies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a guy leaving afraid he's going to blow his cover.
That's fair. But do you not think it could be both those things?
It could very well be both.
Like, do you not think, like, at the end of the movie, when he's staring at himself in the mirror, do you not think he's going to walk out of that bathroom and see Karen Allen in that outfit and have sex with her in that outfit?
Oh, probably.
Because I think he will get off on the idea of, like, those men and that woman coming together in an odd, very, like, bisexual way.
I think that the ending of the movie posits a kind of deep change.
Yes.
What that is wide open to interpretation. We're basically saying two different things, but the same thing.
Yeah.
We're basically agreeing.
Yeah. I think we absolutely are.
There's a fundamental aspect of his personality that has shifted due to the previous hour or 30 minutes worth of events.
Yeah.
If that is the sole ambiguity that the movie is left with, then right on. It is tarnished by the fact that we have a dead Ted.
Yeah. That's really the only... It's like, oddly enough, that's my only real complaint about this movie.
So I was talking on the Slack earlier with you. I was like, I gave this movie a 3.5. You gave this movie a 3.5. And I said I agreed, and that I could maybe be talking to a gentleman's 4, and I think I'm at a 4 now.
That was my original pick, and then I've changed a lot. I mean it's a 4, maybe a 4.5 for me.
So I guess we kind of spoiled the final judgments portion of the show where we say we thought.
It's fresh.
It is. This movie came in with a lot of baggage, a bad reputation, and it could have gone wrong in so many ways. But like I said before, William Friedkin doesn't do shit by halves.
No, he does not.
This is a great thriller. It's a great police procedural. It's beautifully shot. And according to someone who I'm willing to trust, is this great kind of portrait of a pre-AIDS gay scene, specifically the one in the West Village of New York at the time. But it's a great fucking movie. Pacino's fucking awesome in it. Paul Sorvino's awesome in it. And it's a credit to it that it was made in 1980 and has... I mean, I certainly wouldn't call it homophobic, even though it has its bad moments.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree. I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna give
it a fresh.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call anything about it homophobic outside of that like one annoying death. Yeah, no, I think it's a really good fucking queer film. Yeah, fresh all around, son.
That's 2 straight movies that we've done so far, or in this run, that we've agreed on.
I know, it's a Christmas miracle that I finally got one that you agree on.
I mean, that's not that wild.
No, I know, it's just my last 2 picks you were ambivalent to negative about, so...
Yeah, I was ambivalent about Unfaithful, and I was not wild about the producers.
Yeah, but now I picked one that you liked. Congrats.
So...
So it's recommendations time, and since I picked the movie, it is your turn to go first.
I am going to recommend a long-ass movie from 1995 made by one of the great action filmmakers still working in the studio system. That man is Michael Mann. The film is Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Heat is so fucking good. I don't know if it has the best Pacino performance or the best De Niro performance, but I think it has the best Val Kilmer performance.
Nice.
Val Kilmer is excellent in this. Obviously, Michael Mann is a wizard of action filmmaking. His use of shallow focus in this movie is really incredible, especially in the climax. It's just a great fucking heist movie. It's a great crime film. And yeah, you're Michael Mann. Michael Mann is a guy that gets a lot of love from film Twitter types and also gets a lot of blowback from film Twitter types because of the initial love. But there's so many good movies here. And Heat is, I don't know if it's his best, but I think it's like the iconic one.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I think Michael Mann is a genius out of all the films that I have seen of his, of which I only dislike one.
Which one did you not like?
Public Enemies.
I have to rewatch that.
I'm willing to give it another chance, but so like that's a movie that I fucking hated and I paid for in theaters.
Like I think I was bemused by it when I saw it for the first time because this is 2009, right?
I think so, yeah.
This is the same year I saw. This is the same year as Observe. Yeah, the same year as Observe and Report, and I didn't get it. Like I liked it, but I felt I was left wanting. But I'm perfectly willing to go back and revisit it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd be willing.
Some people whose opinions I really trust fucking adore this movie. But for now, I'm going to recommend Heat.
Sounds good. And I know my recommendation.
What is it?
So my recommendation is going to be a film that I love that could arguably be considered a miniseries depending on which format the film is viewed in.
I mean, it is a miniseries, but I'm going to allow it because I am a benevolent god.
Love you. Anyway, it is the Mike Nichols' adaptation of Tony Kushner's Angels in America,
All right.
which is like a fucking brilliant work of art, both the play and the miniseries. The miniseries has a shit ton of excellent actors. Like, this cast is stacked. It's Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, Patrick Wilson, Mary Louise Parker, Emma Thompson, Justin Kirk, Jeffrey Wright, Ben Schenkman, James Cromwell, Michael Gambon, and Simon Callow.
That's a pretty stacked cast, I have to agree.
Yeah, literally, like, an amazing cast. Multiple people playing multiple roles. And it's just, like, it's so good. It's so gay. It won like 1,000 goddamn Emmys, and not that many, but it won a lot of them. And it's just like, it is a really, really, really good work of art. Especially, it's like if you haven't watched Angels in America at some point in your life, and you should, Derek. But like, I think everyone should watch this if they're interested in like queer art. Because it's so fucking good. And again, Mike Nichols is just like one of my favorite directors and writers. Dude's made a shit ton of movies. William Friedkin and Mike Nichols were both like not gay men, but like I think they both made a lot of good gay and or queer work. I mean, even I don't love Boys in the Band, but like William Friedkin made Boys in the Band.
Oh, that's right, he did do that.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, now it's interesting how both Angels in America and Boys in the Band are now currently Broadway stage productions again, even though I think one is more interesting than the other. But anyway, so yeah, you should totally watch Angels in America. Thanks, y'all.
So I'm going to depart the kimono just a little bit and say that I am currently looking at the list of movies that have a 50% score on Rotten Tomatoes because I did not have the foresight to pick one at the end of this show.
You shit fuck.
So I'm just going to go through here real quick and I'm going to play it off the dome.
That's cool.
Oh, let's do this. This is fun. We've discussed recently a lot of movies about what many would call toxic masculinity, entitlement, I mean, of our time topics, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, why fuck with a good thing? And for the next episode of the Stuck in the Middle with You podcast, we will be discussing Pain and Gain.
Oh my god, yes!
which is sitting pretty at 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm so excited.
So that's going to be a good time. I think this is a rewatch for both of us.
I absolutely... Yeah, it is.
So, next time we are going to be doing Pain and Gain, directed by Michael Bay, from 2013.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
It's going to be good.
Sounds fabulous.
So now it's plugs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Juan and I run a website called Dim the Houselights. You can find it at dimthehouselights.com. There you can find all manner of film-related writing, some by me, some by Juan, and some by the rest of our little stable of writers, including Michelle Arf, Chris Mello, and Ross Burks. You can find my work at derekgade.com. Everything I've ever done is linked from there in some way. And you can find Juan's work at the Miami New Times, both in print and online. And you can also check out his film series, Flaming Classics. Check your local listings. They happen on some Sundays at 8 p.m. at the Cosford Cinema, Miami, Florida. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. We are both on Twitter and Letterboxd. I'm at both places at Derek_G, and Juan is at both places at Whoa, It's Juanito. That's WOAH, It's Juanito, all one word. And with that, I think we can sign off.
Sounds like a plan. See you guys next time.
Yes, we will see you in 2 weeks.